Hey! All the F's in the chat. Whoa! Welcome, welcome, guys. Welcome to the stream. Pay respects. If the audio sounds good, if you can hear me clearly, then let me know. If not, if I need to turn myself up, then let me know as well. Thank you guys for tuning in. This time I'm only 1 minute late. Last time I was 3. Yeah. How's everyone been doing? How's everyone's week been so far? It's been a really productive week for me, which I'll show you shortly. I've been working on Dewdrop like crazy. Really excited about it. I'll try to give a sneak peek as much as I can. I guess we can dive in right into Pixel. Skipping my Google Meet for this. I don't know if that's a good thing. Your week has been full of eggs. Excellent. Well, let's jump into Pixel. Are we good here? Cool. Yeah. Here's our lovely Pixel menu here. We'll get into some pixel art here shortly. I just want to get situated, get settled in. You know, we're starting the stream. I'm gonna try to stream for like an hour or two today if I can. We'll see. Let's see how beautiful I'm feeling. Trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to say before we get started. Yeah, so this is gonna be really chill. I'm gonna be working on my game Drop Dynasty. If you have any questions about game dev or pixel art or really anything about life, as long as it's not dating advice, I'll give it. So just feel free to ask away, and I'll be working on some pixel art. I'll be maybe I'll show you some stuff in Godot today. It all depends on what you guys want to see. I can't show you too much, otherwise that's gonna spoil next week's video. So we'll have to come to some agreement there. But so yeah, so how's everyone been doing though? How's everyone's week been? Has school been good? Has work been good? I'm curious. I'm gonna set this up while ignore this. Totally ignore that. And ignore this big rat. He's not supposed to be here. Ignore the gun. You don't need to see that either. It's a PG movie. Mega JMD, I've been doing good. Good to hear. Pixar is looking really nice so far. Thanks so much, Retro Dead. What's your favorite game? Wait. Your favorite game in my day is good. There's a lot of games that I really enjoy, but my favorite game. This is hard. I'll tell you some of my favorites. I really like the Paper Mario series and Super Mario RPG because they're kind of like sister series. One of my favorite I guess that is an RPG. One of my favorite RPGs though is Earthbound Zero or Earthbound Beginnings, the first of the Mother Earthbound series. And also, there's so many games. Why did I have an accent? Games. I really like Legend of Zelda series. Big fan of like Link's Awakening, Ocarina of Time. Favorite NES game is probably Dragon Warrior. I like RPGs. It's funny, I don't play them as much as I should, but I really like the idea of them. I don't know. That's a lot of questions. There's a lot of games I like for different reasons. I don't know if I could pick a favorite, to be honest. Okay, no. My favorite game is Sonic Adventures 1 on the GameCube. You can play on the Dreamcast, whatever. That's like one of my favorite games of all time. Super nostalgic. Raising Chow, all that stuff. So anyway, that was a long-winded answer, but great question. People keep giving me money for good grades. Well, that's awesome. Keep up with the good grades then. I wish people would do that for me. Got a Thanksgiving break for school, so it's been well. That's good to hear. Have you guys been? I'm assuming some of you guys are doing work remotely, because in Ohio, like we just got. I think there's a curfew now. You can't go past 5 o'clock. You're not supposed to be out. I don't know. I'm actually out of school. I graduated last year, but so I just work remotely. I am here. Welcome. are you making a game for your own game jam? I am. It's probably gonna be a 3D game, and I have no idea what it's gonna be. I might try to team up with some people, so maybe we'll make a little group. I have to leave for school in an hour, so I hope it will stay. Hey, no worries, man. My favorite game is Resident Evil 4. Interesting. I've never played the Resident Evil games at all. They seem pretty cool. Okay, keep asking away. Real quickly, I'm just gonna show you guys what I did. So last stream we worked on the Rat Man. His name is Baxton, Lord of Cheeseguard. And I just want to show you this weird little animation I did of him. He's a little buoyant, a little bouncy. Last stream I really struggled working on art and answering questions. I'm gonna try to like go through sections where I show you guys stuff and then answer questions. Feel free to just keep asking throughout the stream, and I will try to catch up with it. And maybe I can actually give you some like guys tutorials like pixel art, kind of explain how I do some things. I didn't do it so well last time. It's hard trying to figure it out, but okay. Your favorite game is Among Us. It's pretty cool. I've played Among Us quite a bit. Haven't played it recently. I quit playing because I felt like I was becoming a good liar, and I don't know if that's a trait I want to have, but that's definitely something. We got Mega Destroys. Remote work has been a thing here since the start of the pandemic. Yeah, I think that's smart. If you can do it, by all means, go for it. It's just crazy to like. Some people don't have that luxury. I've been very blessed to have an opportunity where I can work from home, and it's allowed me to do YouTube. So that's been really cool. I'd love to see a tutorial from you. I know I've had a lot of people request some tutorials on pixel art and game dev stuff. I'm a little concerned that people won't like that, like other people that are subscribed to me, because normally in YouTube you get very pigeonholed. So I may make a separate channel, or maybe I do a stream just for that. But that's definitely something I'm gonna take into account. My gosh, I gotta start working on something here. Hold on, I gotta pull up my list. I gotta see what I need to make. Hold on. I'm not looking up a list, clearly. Wink, wink. Okay. Cheese wheel, pumpkin knives. Pumpkin knives? Oh, okay, no, never mind. Don't ignore that. Hey, this music's good. Okay, how about this? Would you guys want to see a little preview of Dewdrop so far? If you guys would see a little demo of Dewdrop, alright, this is never before seen, exclusive, it's not finished. There's music in the game that's not the final music, that's placeholder music. But if you guys would like to see Dewdrop currently, then I want you to write "Free the Bees" in the chat right now. Also, have I checked out Vimlark? I actually have. I've watched Vimlark back in the... I used to be subscribed to him. I don't remember if I still am, but yeah, I like his videos. I think it's cool that he's doing stuff with Construct, and I really enjoy watching devlog videos, and that's why I started making them. Yes. I think introducing a side set of similar content is a good idea because it lets you... That's a good idea, like Retro Dead. I definitely, I think if I did tutorials, it'd be a lot easier than editing. Most of the time I edit videos, it takes me days. So doing a tutorial would be a little bit quicker, I think. Okay. Oh, did I get rid of that? Hold on. Okay, I think this is it. I gotta stop the music real quick. Okay, so give me a second. It's gonna sound really... You're just gonna hear my mic whining right now. Execute. Okay, do you guys see that music? That is the sound of a game. We're going to change this. Hold on. We're getting there. Okay. Hold on. At the screen. Okay. Let me know if you guys can see. Is this playing? We can hear it. Beautiful. Okay, it's gonna freeze for a sec. I'm making sure the stream catches up with me real quick. There we go. Okay, cool. So, welcome to Dewdrop Dynasty. This is the introduction to the game. I'm not gonna explain what happens, but let's just say that something happens, and you wake up, and you have no wings, you have no gun. It's a sad place, really. And also, just a little disclaimer, this is like, nothing's finalized right now. And I'll explain more in the Dewdrop devlog. But let me just show you a little bit of the game, show you some of the platforming. Get your thoughts. Favorite boy right here. Oh, I guess I should show, like, don't hit the spikes. You'll die. That's here's little rocky worm guy. Here's some other spikes, don't hit those. I definitely was inspired at first to make it more sort of a Metroidvania, and now my goal is to kind of make it, it's still a Metroidvania, but like make some harder platforming, kind of like Mega Man. You'll notice that there's also like a glow. This jump always gets me right here. I know, this is the beginning of the game too, so good luck. Also, I normally don't play this bad. I'm just nervous. You guys are making me nervous! There we go. Okay, hold on. It's a video game. Yes, Bonzo. It's the truest video game of all. Okay. Hey! What's that over there? I'm gonna pause for a second. Super Meat Boy. Yeah, I know. That's Bonzo made a comment about that the other day. Maybe a small, quick transition from room to room. That's definitely a possibility. Dewdrop Dynasty World Championship. Yeah, this is definitely gonna be an esport. It's this game isn't gonna be incredibly long. My goal is to make it like a half an hour. And because of that, I want it to be challenging. So there we go, I got my gun now. Beautiful, right? Obviously there's gonna be more fanfare. This is like the bare bones version. There's gonna be dialogue, NPCs, more stuff, more story. I'm not showing you that stuff on purpose. Just to make it all, you know, I gotta make it secret, you know? I gotta save some stuff for later. Now I can break those. Don't hit the spikes. I guess I can show what happens if I do. It just teleports me back. So you notice that when I take damage, how this isn't actually taking damage to my health. There is a New Game Plus where you play as a blue version of the bee, and that you'll take damage from spikes, so it's even harder, and you take double damage from enemies. When this is out, I want to speedrun it. I definitely am gonna make a speedrun timer, so that's definitely gonna happen. We'll make a speedrun. I'll submit it so we can actually do proper speedruns. For his special, he wields a gun. Nerves. I want to donate so badly. Well, you can donate by buying the game when it comes out. It's gonna be like a couple bucks, super cheap. I can't justify spending or charging a lot of money for my first title. But I do want to charge money, so eventually maybe we could get it ported on the Switch, because that costs quite a bit. Let's see. Gives me VVVVV vibes. Thank you. Let's see. Hold on. I gotta fix the chat. It's like messing up a little bit. Hold on. You know me in the chat. I'm always fighting with the chat. Should make it so when you get the gun, it says a stinger. That's what it's called. Speedrun. The art is very nice because it's simple. Yeah, I was trying to go for like a kind of simple DOS look. Someone corrected me and said it wasn't DOS. A retro look, alright. Kind of Atari. What engine did I use to make it? I don't know if I said that. Godot. Super great. Please tell me there's a way to donate. You can donate by buying the game. Good news, the game may or may not be in the process of being put on Steam. So if you guys, once it's on Steam, I will, I'll send out a wish list thing if you guys want to add to it. But all the money that we're gonna make from it, I'm gonna try to put it on the Switch, because I think that's a dream of mine. This would be awesome if I could put on the Switch, maybe some other consoles. The game is called Dewdrop Dynasty because you collect dewdrops. I won't explain everything about that. Let's just say there's gonna be some hard platforming moments in the game. I'm not gonna spoil it all for you. You'll have to see more. I haven't had the chance to play the game and it's still in development, but I feel like the bee looks somewhat slippery. He is, yeah. So there is a little bit of slowdown, like resistance. It surprisingly doesn't feel too bad though, like, because I was playing around with the platforming and he just stopped too abruptly, and I think it's more so the walk animation that may be throwing you off. But if it is able, that's something I'll probably release a demo here soon, and I'll get your guys' feedback. But that's all I'm gonna show so far. I'm not gonna show you any more. I'm not gonna show you the first boss or any of the cutscenes. Will you be able to download it with Linux? Yes, it will be on Windows, Mac, and Linux for sure. I guess I didn't get to fight an enemy at all. Here, I can do that. You guys want to see me own an enemy real quick? Here we go. Got him. Yeah, the enemies are pretty easy. Or at least that one. You feel like B when you play this game. Yes. Believe Bonzo when he says that. Someone said I'm gonna buy it, or Watermelon King says I'm gonna buy this 6 times. Do it. I dare you. What would you do if this got really popular? I would smile. I would be happy, and I would, I don't know, I would keep making games. My goal is to make games, make money from games, so that I can pursue that as a full-time job. That'd be fantastic. I've mentioned before that I have a studio, Fearth Studio. Bonzo-san in the chat is a part of that, and he actually did a lot of the sketches for the game. So everyone, guys, just say something nice to Bonzo, because he came with a lot of cool character designs, and he deserves it. But yeah, eventually I would love to hire people and start a little studio. I don't want to become big. I don't want to be like an Ubisoft where they're like take care of a crappy job with their employees and stuff. I actually just want to make cool games. I'm really inspired by Nintendo, and make games that I would want to play. For some reason it reminds me, I think I said this, a game which great, recommend you check it out. I will definitely have to. Yes, I want to see game. Does the bee have a name? The bee does have a name. His name is Poe Lin. The gun is necessary to beat the game, but that is an interesting way to look at it. Maybe there is a way. I definitely am thinking about it from the perspective of like speedrunners. So I am actually working on ways that you can kind of more challenging ways to play the game. New Game Plus is one of those ways where literally you take damage from spikes, you take double damage from enemies. It's a lot harder. So also there's going to be like a heart system like in Zelda where you can get more heart upgrades. So you can choose not to get those health upgrades. 3 heart run, I guess, if you want to. It's high noon. Will you add an Ant Queen boss? Maybe. That sends Swarm at the player. You never know. Well, the stream was recommended to me. Hey, welcome to the stream. I'm sorry, that's Bonzo's saying. He always says welcome to the stream. Welcome, Dr. Tokan Kamun. Did I say that right? By the way, make the health potion. Never. You'll never see a potion. No, I'm just kidding. Game looks great. Haven't said it. Or at least I did not hear you do. You haven't said it. I don't know what I haven't said. Okay. Scorch, love the art style. You should make a worm boss. The boss is a little bit spookier than that. He's definitely not a worm. Oh man, hold on. You also get different gun upgrades, or like bullet upgrades. You'll notice I only have 2 ammo. I'm really struggling right now, guys. Ignore that. Hey, just look at these spikes real quick. Okay, you should. Okay, Wormbot, blah blah blah. Bye. I don't know who left, but bye. Your brother is called Crepe. He is Crepe, or the Crepe Man. He made a game called Rocket Pods. You guys should check out. I'll have to play Rocket Pods sometimes. I think you guys might like that game. Why not make more bee-related upgrades? Definitely. I never said I wouldn't. 100% speedrun category can be made with that statement. Beautiful. I think a cool series would be playing and giving critique on to fan games. I've actually I did a poll on like what people want to live stream. Also, let's X out of here. Ooh, look at that menu. Okay, it's gonna hate me for a second because it has nothing to screen share. Hold on, don't hate me. There we go. Oh no, hold on, I gotta scale this up real quick. It's bothering me. The inner designer. You're not seeing anything. This is nothing. Okay, cool. So we're back. Let's go back to the bouncing rat. So that was just a little sneak peek of what's been going on this week. There's definitely way more that I have, and I don't want to show it because I feel like one of the hard parts with devlogs is that when you show too much and then people play the game and then they're like, wow, I saw all of the game. It's like, yeah, because you saw the process. So I do want to keep the mystery. There will be some more secrets to the game, so that'll be beautiful. Petition to make the gun a bee stinger. Definitely could be. It's like he's holding his butt or something. Signed. Okay. I can hear your mouse licking or clicking. If my mouse is, or you can just hear him in the game like that. I don't know. Crepe sounds French. Are you French? No, we are not French. We are from the US of A. No, we live in for those of you that don't live in the States, we live in Ohio, which is like the Midwest of the United States. People call it the heart of the United States because that's kind of where it's at. Maybe you've heard of Cleveland, Ohio. There's a lot of references in it, in shows like, oh, don't live by Cleveland. Cleveland's really not that bad. That's just a meme. Don't listen to the lies. Give me 10 minutes to watch your devlogs. Oh no. Yeah, so we're from Ohio. It's pretty cool. It's a snowy place. It's I can't say that. It's whatever. Someone put it really well in the comment section the other day. Whatever weather you don't want it to be, that's what it is. If you don't want rain, it rains. If you don't want snow, it snows. If you don't want sun, it's sunny out. Okay, I was reading. Retro Dead made a comment. I'm really thinking a really cool series to play games and critique it. Fan games. I talked about doing that on a stream. I had someone say like, hey, they subscribed to me just for devlogs. So they only want to see devlogs. So that's up to you guys. If that's something you want to see, I've actually thought about doing that. I would love to play your guys' games, give any feedback. For one, it helps promote you guys, and two, it also, I think it's good to play other games. Yes, Bonzo and I are farmers. No, 50% of Ohio is farmland, but we live in the place where there is no farmland. Okay. So I did a bad thing, and I did not plan on what I was going to make pixel art today. So I know. Don't hate me. I do have to work on some stuff for the mouse man. I think I'll work on a knife. This isn't going to take long, but Bonza's probably like gasping right now, but this guy throws knives. You can't have a rat without it having a knife. So, no, this is so easy. That's it. I did it. It's over. It's a big knife. Ohio, why did you do that? Well, I think they were from Youngstown, which isn't too far from where I live. So, the Paul brothers, let's just forget that they exist. There's a lot. Okay. You want to know? There's a lot of great people from Ohio. You just have never heard of them. So, have any of you in the chat? Have any of you heard of Phoenix Wright? And if you do, you know that objection. That guy, that voice actor, was actually from Ohio. So there you go. He redeems us. We have a lot of astronauts from Ohio. We have LeBron James, if you're into basketball. But I don't know. Everyone has like state pride. People in Ohio have like definite state pride. It's like Texas and Ohio. And like if you live in like North Carolina, you have no state pride. You're just like, I should say that. If you're from North Carolina, I'm sure you do. But most people like from North Carolina have state pride for Ohio or Texas. For another state. It's really weird. Don't hate me. Okay, I think this knife would be, oh yeah, that's nice. We're gonna make this PG-13 here. Okay, we farm corn and make video games. Yeah, unfortunately we don't. I was kidding. I know, I grew up by the lake. Are those guys gray guy spiders? Yes. Let's just say I hate spiders and they're gonna play a big role in this game. Let's see. We have... Is Scott the Woz from Ohio? I can't... Is that a joke? I hope that's not a joke. I love Scott. He's gonna throw the big knives. We have Demi Lovato. Who does? Who has Demi Lovato? What state? Welcome back, Ricks. How ironic. No. Walking plant dude. Oh, I do know something I need to work on. I just don't know if I want to do it right now. And I do need to animate this rat guy a little bit more. So I'm thinking we'll just keep this knife. I'm going to try to animate him jumping. Now, granted, I'm on stream. I get a little nervous, a little stage fright. So this may look terrible. But I will try to animate this rat while you guys feel free to ask more questions about Dewdrop, about, I don't know, about something. I'll give you advice on what type of clothing you should wear. Just kidding. Is it 8? Yeah, cool. Ignore the seizure rat. Wait, Scott is from Ohio? That's amazing. There you go. Have you guys ever watched Nintendo Capri Sun? He's a Let's Player I used to watch way back in the day. And he's from Ohio. Or actually, he's not from Ohio, but he lives there now. He actually lives in southern Ohio. I do not. I live in northern Ohio. I'm not going to say anymore. I don't want you guys doxing me. Oh, New Mexico? That's cool. I've never been. The furthest I've been west is Texas. And I have to say, I love Texas. A lot of nice people there. I went to an EB Games there when I was 10, and I bought Sonic Adventures for the GameCube. Good memories. I have an Uncle Bob in Texas. I'm pretty sure like most of my friends have an Uncle Bob in Texas. Okay. What program is that? It is Pixel Edit. Pixel, Pyxel. It's a little software. Most people tell you use Asprite. Asprite's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with it. I've used Asprite in the past. I'm just more familiar with Pixel. And why learn something new when you already have something that's working fine? So that's what I say. If Ceratide was on here, he's not another member of the Fear crew. He would fight me on that. But it's my stream. I can say what I want. Make an egg enemy. No, maybe. Who knows? Okay, think about it this way. If I make an egg in this game, okay, think about how he's a bee. Poe is a bee. How big would an egg be versus Poe? It would be massive. So the egg enemy would probably be bigger than the rat mouse guy. Like it'd be huge. Okay. Do some good old squash and stretch. I almost need more. I mean, you have to change how big the canvas is, or like how big the tiles are. He's moving back a little bit too far. Oh, sorry, guys. I realized it's like completely quiet. I'm like, something feels off. Let me put the music back on. My gosh. Gotta have some ambience. This is called a chill stream after all. We can't be making it stressful. I'm talking about Demi Lovato. No, I'm kidding. Yo, the Uncle Bob. Let's see. Is like Texas, but New Mexico is like Texas, but really boring. I heard it's insanely hot there. I would melt. I'm a snowman at heart. Heck, North Carolina is like, I'm melting there. I've been to Florida. Florida's nice. I think that's kind of like a meme though. Like if you live in Ohio, like that you like Florida or something. I don't know. So I'm doing a little technique right now. You guys probably know this, but maybe you don't know the actual technical name for it. If Crape was here, he could give you a whole lecture on it. Crape's actually like a professional animator for a living. But it's called squash and stretch. And as the name implies, when something hits the ground, so you got this bee or this rat, he's crouching down, so he stretches. And then when he jumps up, think of it like a gooey ball. Like he's jumping up so that ball is like gets really narrow when it's moving up, and then the higher he gets, he's gonna stretch again. And when it's all done, it'll look pretty juicy here. Texas gets to about 105 in the sun. Oh my gosh, that's like. In Ohio, a hot day is like 80, I don't know, 80, high 80s, like 86 or higher, or like on rare occasions we'll get like 90-degree days, and those make you sweat. But isn't Texas more, it's a dry heat, right? It's not as humid, because in Ohio, it's just so humid in Ohio. It's not Florida by any means. I'm sorry, you guys didn't come on here to listen to me talk about Florida and Ohio. Or maybe you did. I get really in the zone here. If I'm doing something that doesn't make sense, feel free to ask. I get really in the zone when it comes to making art, and I forget that I'm streaming. I think I want to make like this. This rat's getting so distorted. Oh, duh, it's not working because I need to extend my frame here. So he's falling too slow. So let's... Well, that doesn't make sense. No, California throws itself in the sun. It's 90% humid? Oh my gosh. Yeah, California does light itself on fire. That's, man. I feel like it needs another frame here of him like stretching back up. Like maybe he crouches even more. This guy's got to be gelatinous. It's too stretched in. There we go. You see how I'm like literally destroying the artwork right now? That's totally fine. I'll go back in and clean it up. Let's fix the eye here. Okay. Hey man, are you gonna start with some Godot tutorials? So, I've said this before. If you guys are interested in tutorials, I've had some people push back and basically say they don't want to see any other content other than the devlogs. If you guys are interested in seeing more content than just the devlogs, then I will by all means do that. I will just not listen to that one guy or whoever said it. It's up to what you guys want. If you guys want tutorials, man, I'll make some tutorials for you guys. My main thing is, how can I give you guys value? I'm not just trying to be that dude that just takes up all your time and he's just like, hey dude, every day, bro. That wasn't referencing anyone in particular, though it kind of seemed like it. So if you guys want tutorials, I shall do a tutorial. I'm still pretty new with Godot, so it might be a little bit before I do that. I've just started, like, Dewdrop is kind of my first game that I've been making with it. But there's many things I could teach. It just all depends on what you guys want to learn. And I don't always have to teach either. I can also, like I said, I could play your games and give you some feedback on it. I do have a lot of game design experience. I'm professional. No, I'm not, but I also just have a lot of commercial art experience. Like, I work for a Fortune 50 company as a designer, so I know the process of kind of what it takes to market your game and get it out there. So if you have any questions on that as well, I'd be more than happy to help you. Oh my goodness. More than, what did I say? I don't even know. Ooh, okay, that's not looking good. It's this right here that's acting weird. Someone said, okay, I'm gonna read. So feel free, guys, ask questions away, ask them away right now. I wanna see at least 30 questions in the chat in the next 5 minutes. No, you don't have to if you don't have any questions, but please do tutorial. What software are you using? Using Pixel Edit. Yes, you did that. I'm gonna head out. Hey, Retro Dad, thanks for hanging out on the stream. One thing you should do, you should post things you like. Please do tutorials. You should do tutorials. I mean, idle animations. I'm working on a game called C2 in Unity. That's pretty sweet, dude. What's your game about? Hey, Darkhood 11. So Darkhood is he's part of the Fearth crew. So make sure to share the love. He's made some cool little projects in the past. He's also like a computer wizard. I know it's like a really cringe thing to say, computer wizard, but he knows a lot about computers. Also, congrats, Dark, on the good news with your family. Congratulations. You have a big black spot in the animation? Not anymore. So I'm noticing it's weird because he's stretching up top and then he's coming down abruptly. So that's no good. We'll fix that. It's this frame right here that's giving me pain. Okay, he's doing the double bounce. I don't know if we want the double bounce. We'll get there, guys. It's a process. And hi, dude. I love your vibes. Neat the peep. Thank you so much. I'm making a game inspired by the old Atari games. That's pretty sweet. Just don't make it inspired by E.T. Worst game ever. Or you can if you want. You'll just regret it. Okay, that's more of a bounce. I guess, yeah. I might make him do a somersault. Is that crazy? I'm gonna make him Sonic the Rat Hog. Let's see. I'm thinking about making an RPG. Nice. Classic. Oh, okay, you said it's a fast-paced, level-based platformer like Vex or N. Interesting. Actually, guys, I have the saddest story to tell you. I made this in like 3 days. I worked with another one of the Fear team, Floof, who you may see around periodically, to make this speedrunning game. It was like this crazy platforming speedrunning game. And somehow it got corrupted. Somehow, I've never had this issue with Construct 3. Corrupted, terrible. I'm crying. I'll probably make a video on it and show what I had with it, but literally. And then there is a way to fix it, but then Construct 3 just removed that feature like recently, so now I can't. So I'm literally crying. So always back up your stuff, guys. Don't be me. Okay, blah, da, da, da. Okay. Here we go. Earthbound Zero, let's play Redux. When? Hey, I'll play Earthbound Zero. And maybe I'll do that during Christmas. I love that game so much. Okay, I think I read this. I'm making a game. It's fine. Right, okay. When will I finish the Elf game? That's a great question. I really wanted to work on it this year, but it wouldn't be right. I've been working on Dewdrop already for a year, and it wouldn't be right to drop this just to work on that. So probably not until next year, but I'm actually really excited for that. Could you add squash and stretch? Technically I have. When did you start off coding? How did you learn to code better? I started off coding when I was 13, and to put that in perspective, I am, how old am I? 24. I use GameMaker Studio. I learned GML. Actually, I lie. I did not learn GML. I used the drag and drop system for years, and I made garbage games. And then, because I didn't really know how to learn or research, tutorials weren't a thing when I grew up. Like, they really weren't. You just had to, if you didn't know something, you just had to look it up and read documentation, and which is boring. Like, who wants to do that? It wasn't until the last 3 or 4 years that I actually started treating game design more seriously, or like programming and stuff. Now, I will say when it comes to programming, I use Construct, which there isn't a lot of coding with that. Like, it's more drag and drop, and but it did teach me a lot of principles of like data structures, saving out with JSON. And I read the manual of Construct. It's so easy. It's easy to read the manual. Like, I get it. If you're just getting to game making, it's not. But I felt like a baby compared to all these like people using Unity with C# and stuff like that. Like, Construct's nothing. And then more recently, I've been learning C++, so I can just understand programming, basic programming logic. and that's really helped me with Godot, which Godot uses something, it uses GD script, which is similar to Python. So, and Python is like, it's pretty easy. So I recommend making games. If you're asking from a place of, hey, you want to get started, I recommend just finding a tool, use Construct, use anything to start making games, and then also try to learn the fundamentals of, try to learn the fundamentals of game making as well. What's an array? How do you use variables? What are data structures? Like that sort of stuff is going to really benefit you long term. So, I mean, if you don't know a variable, at least start with that. That's like a must. But and then just keep making stuff. Like don't get hung up in what don't get hung up in like, oh, my game didn't sell or didn't get any. You know how many games we've made in the past and have made nothing from it? Like, you just have to do it because you love it, and eventually, hopefully, people will like your games enough that eventually you can sell them. But you should do it because you want to, and not because you're trying to become rich. I mean, you probably can become rich doing it. There's people that have done it, but you can't go in it with that mindset. Believe me, if I wanted to be rich, I'd go into like stonks or something. So that was a long-winded answer, but there you go. Oh gosh, sorry guys, I didn't realize how many comments I've like zoned out here. Okay, I'm just gonna catch up on comments real quick. So I'll make the ET game good. Never. I want to make a cool point-and-click RPG. Hey, that wouldn't be. Pathfinder might be a little hard, but that might not be bad. How many frames do you do on average for each enemy? I do generally. You should do 8 at least. That's like smooth. Depends on what it is. Sometimes 4 if I'm lazy, but generally I do 8. It changes per enemy. So bosses, I try to add more detail. So sometimes I'll do 8. I have 8 for him, but a good animation, like a walk cycle, should be done in 16 frames. Don't do that. That's unless you want to make something crazy, but you can't do that. You have to think about game design so it's clear when the player will jump, because this is the first boss after all. Yeah, it will be very clear when he's about to jump, and he's gonna be a little hard. This game's gonna be more like classic Mega Man kind of difficulty with the bosses. I'm not gonna make it insanely hard, but I do think that adding some challenge to it will make the game fun. That's so SD. Wow, I'm crying. That would be terrible. I've started. Okay. Oh my gosh, this is how like long ago the chat is. You guys are sad about me losing my game. I know, it's terrible. That's so sad. Alexa played Despacito. Oh, there you go. Lost my passion project because of corruption. Guys, back up. Bonzo has a great story about how Bonzo and I went to school together. We went to art school together, and one of his projects got corrupted. I can't remember if it was like right before it was due, but it corrupted in the weirdest way where it actually looked kind of cool. I don't know if you still have that glitched artwork somewhere, but that happened. We need to figure out how to limit the delay. It's just me reading old chat. That's it. I'm not even caught up. I started at 12 and I am 12 now. There you go, man. Hey, it's better to start young. If you set your speed, then the speed up into, yeah. I've decided I'm gonna make a game in Scratch as a challenge for the Great Winter Jam. Do it. I'll play it. Hey, real quick, anyone that plays Great Winter Jam, Bonzo or Dark or anyone, if you guys could grab that link to the Great Winter Jam and post in the chat, that'd be fantastic. My studio Fearth is hosting a Winter Jam. I'm gonna play every single one of your games, so make sure you submit. I don't care if it's like a dog that barks and that's it. Like, this is all about just getting past your fears, making a game, putting it out there, making something that's not perfect, and I'm gonna make a video on it. I don't know if every single game is gonna be in that video. That'd be awesome if we can, but either way, I will play every single one of your games and try to leave a review and just encouraging constructive criticism if you want, or just if you just want to compliment, if you want to hear only the good parts, I'll tell you that too. But it's a great way to collaborate with. You got to be in fellowship. You got to be in community. It keeps you motivated. It keeps you working. If I wasn't in community with you guys and with the Fear team, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing. So it's super important. Okay, enough pep talk. Let's see. You should try to make this a kind of Cuphead style level design. I could. I honestly haven't played Cuphead, which I'm assuming Cuphead's like Mega Man. You should try to learn Unity. I have used Unity. I've made a game called Super Bubble Duckies. It's not released. I will make a video on it, so stay tuned for that. Have you even tried Visual Script Bolt and Playmaker? I'm really not a big fan of Visual Scripts. I mean, it's like, it's fine, but I'm trying to actually learn I'm trying to learn C# so I can actually make my own game engine. I'm trying to be that type of guy, if you know what I mean. Let's see. Okay. Which I mean, you can still make good games on Construct. You definitely can. I'm not dissing Construct at all. You can make fantastic games in Construct. I think Construct is perfect. The only issues I have with Construct are it's a better. There are some issues with file sizes. It's because whenever you export a game in Construct, it's literally you're exporting a full entire browser. So your game files are huge. The licensing issues, where you have to pay money. Godot, you never ever pay money, and you'll never have to pay money. Construct, if you make over a certain amount of money, you owe them money. I'm not a big fan of that. Unity does that as well. But it's definitely a viable option. There's nothing wrong with Construct. I think if you're making games, you're getting started, use Construct. It's great. Bonzo's making a game in it right now. I still make games in it because it's so much fun. It's so easy, and you focus on your game design. I think that's the best way to get started. So I'm not dissing Construct by any means. I know. Don't know variables. I feel bad for you. Wow. Any game in particular inspired for Dewdrop? Kind of looks like Baba is you. Cave Story, big influence. The Mega Man series. There's an old Game Maker game, indie game that back in the day called Sake Loose. It's definitely inspired by that. I think probably the biggest influence would be Kuro Blaster, Cave Story. There's a little bit of Hollow Knight in there. I didn't actually play Hollow Knight until later. And my goal is to make it feel very different, because when you have a bug-themed Metroidvania, people are like, oh no, you can't do that. So I don't want that happening. Do you have any tips for project folder structure? Do you organize by topic, boss, level, main, theme, code, all in the same place, or type? So I normally I have an assets folder, and in there I have mine's actually kind of a mess for this project, but I like to have, I think it's rooms, objects, assets. In assets, I'll put player, I don't know, all my levels will go in the room one. All my objects will go into the object one, so then there'll be a player object folder, a enemy objects folder, and the player folder. And then for assets, I just put artwork in there, and I break it down by player. Just make it really easy so you can find it. Also, camel casing or snake casing. Make sure when you name your files, never use spaces. That's a terrible idea. Either don't use spaces, use capital letters, or use underscores. Some computers get really weird and they view those files as not files, and you can have weird compiling issues. So it's a good rule of thumb to make underscores instead of spaces, or don't have spaces. Do you have any secret talents? Oh gosh, I don't know. I have a bajillion hobbies. Maybe that's my secret talent, is that I pick up a lot of hobbies and I can pick them up pretty quickly. I would say I get good at things. I rarely get great at things. The only thing I think I'm great at is maybe my graphic design, because that's kind of my career. But I play music. I like to compose. I write. My goal is to be a modern day Renaissance man, I guess. But I just do it for the fun of it, for the love of it, not because I'm I'm not trying to become like a celebrity or anything. And that's why you should always learn. If you could have a secret power, that just never quit learning, you know? School teaches us to be like, resent school, like, oh, learning's for nerds, it's so dumb. Like, and to be fair, public school, like, doesn't do a great job with actually teaching education. But I really encourage you guys, like, just the fact that you're on the stream watching this right now, watching a man in Ohio make some rat pixel art, shows that you guys want to learn, and that shows that you know, you're above the rest when it comes to, you know, you want to learn, you want to expand your brain, and that's huge. You should release this on the Wii since you said that you were allowed to post this on the Wii. That was the Wii U. Technically I could still release on the Wii U. That would be kind of a waste. Okay, sorry guys. I'm gonna do speed round so I can catch up to you guys. When do you think Dewdrop Dynasty will be released? I'm planning on spring of 2021. I got almost a third of the game done in like 3 days. So that's great. That's really good. And that's because the problem is making videos. Either I make videos in a week and work on Dewdrop a little bit, or I work on Dewdrop and I don't make videos. So finding a healthy balance between the two, I could bust this out, and when I'm feeling motivated, you know, it could be a matter of no time before I actually finish the game. But even after that, we're gonna have to get a composer for the game, or either Crepe's gonna compose, I'm gonna compose, or we're gonna hire someone to compose. And there's all sorts of other shenanigans, but be on the lookout. How can I join Fear Studios? Unfortunately, we're not looking for any new members at this point, but maybe eventually on our website we'll add, when we're hiring and looking for people, we can add there. Second, Mega Man, he said it would be Mega Man style is in difficulty. It is, the bosses will. I don't want to say the levels will, and the bosses will be a little bit more forgiving, because I hate how tough Mega Man bosses are. They're just like no iframes at all. They're just like, and you're like, and you're dead, and you have to play 10 times. None of that. Someone asked my favorite game: Paper Mario series, Super Mario RPG, Earthbound Zero, Dragon Quest, a lot of RPGs. Cave Story is great. Sonic Adventures 1. There you go. There's a couple games. I was inspired by Hollow Knight, but I've mentioned this, I didn't actually play that game until after I started Dewdrop. It's got a great atmosphere, and my goal is not to copy that at all. So I kind of don't use that as a reference, because I already have a bug-themed Metroidvania. So Cave Story is probably the big one, and yeah, Mega Man, the original Mega Man's. Bonzo, thanks for sharing that link. I'm sorry, that was like 20 minutes ago and I didn't say anything. I'm having trouble thinking a game that would go with the theme winter. It's so easy. Like, any game, you can make a game where, literally, take any game. You can make an arcade game like Asteroids, but instead of asteroids, they're presents, or you're shooting snowballs. Like, just think you could have anything. I mean, technically, isn't Undertale a winter-themed game? If you want to be kind of specific, there's some wintry themes in there. It's just having maybe snow environments, maybe some like holiday related things like candy canes, I don't know, whatever holiday you celebrate. If you like Christmas, some Christmas stuff, but it just has to be set in winter time. That's it. So I don't know if that helps. I love to if I make a game engine, I probably will release it. I'll make it free and open source, but who knows. The Great Winter Jam is 3 weeks long. Not because you have to use that 3 weeks, guys. Everyone's been asking why it's so long. It starts December 1st, and then it ends the first day of winter. You do not have to spend 3 weeks on the game. You could spend a week, you could spend a day, you can spend them all. I just know that everyone's got different schedules, and in order to get more submissions, we're just allowing a little bit more time. So by no means do you have to make it for 3 weeks. Just take a week. If that's all you need, then wait the last week of the jam to make your game. But I love Cave Story. Good. Why is the mouse not in the same art style as the bug? He is. Question 1 out of 30. How long have you been coding for? 10 years. Favorite color? Blue. Oh gosh. Oh man, I thought I was catching up. Okay, I am. When you finish Dewdrop Dynasty, will you start working on Whizbirds? Probably not. Whizbirds is on indefinite hold for now, just because the engine can't really sustain work on it. Someone left a very colorful review on the game the other day, kind of criticizing it, and all of their criticisms were actually the Construct's engine's fault and not like us. Like, there's only so much you can do with an engine without coding one yourself, like a networking engine, and that's no fault to Ashley who like made Construct. That's not what that engine's supposed to do. Do you know how long he's been coding like programming languages or Visual Script? I've been coding in programming languages for probably 8 years. I play a lot of music. I play the mandolin, piano, guitar, fiddle, harmonica. That's awesome, dude. I play guitar, bass, and piano. I eventually want to learn the saxophone. Did you make music for your game? That music you heard in Dewdrop was not my music. I do make my music for my games. Calamari Madness is a good example of that. So if you want to hear some tracks, or Conopon. His secret hobby is not playing Undertale. No, true fact, when Undertale came out, I hated it. Actually, no, I played it before it got popular, and then it got really popular, and then I hated it because it just became too popular. But now looking back, I think Undertale is a fantastic game. What about Switch? What about it? Do you watch The Mandalorian? Yes, I do. I'm going to catch up tonight. It's great. I'm loving the direction. I love how they're bringing back the prequels. I love Paper Mario. It's me, Dev. Hello there. Hello, everyone. Bonzo, thanks for sharing that link again. Have you ever heard of Bug Fables? I actually have. I think I follow that game or the guy that works on it. Yo, gamers. Bye, I'm leaving before my break is over. Hey, thanks for joining the stream. What do you think about using tutorials for mechanics of full release game? What do you think about using tutorials for mechanics of full release games? Interesting. Are you saying like about using? Are you saying following? What do you think about following tutorial for a game that you're gonna release? I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I guarantee you that's what a lot of indie devs did. Heck, the guy that made I can't think of his name. Is it Aaron or Eric or something? The guy that made Stardew Valley. He didn't know anything. He had like when it came to making games, and he just started, and he sold many copies now. Love you so much, and you inspire me to make games. Hey man, I'm so glad that I can encourage you guys. That's my goal, is to I want to inspire you guys. I was fortunate enough to have a friend group that really supported me, encouraged me to, create games and work on projects. And I think it's important that we kind of make that broader so that you guys can experience that too. So I'm glad that I can help. Okay, I'm gonna work on a little ant guy real quick. There's a few things I'm gonna work on. I may not explain them. I'm sorry. I just don't want to give away too much, but you will see them more. There will be more revealed. Can you use Photon Pun with Unity? You can use Photon. That's really great for multiplayer. I mean, if your game doesn't Unity have a limit of how many users you can have online at one time, though? I have looked into using it. Also, I know you guys are gonna hate me, but I'm not the biggest fan of Unity, and it's completely my preference. It has nothing to do with. I think it's a good engine. It's just kind of confusing, and like people say Godot is really confusing, and granted, it can be. Also, if you guys heard that, that's the official Goodgis doorbell in the background. But no, it's actually. I'll have to show you guys Bubble Ducky sometimes. I'm telling you, you guys gotta see my first Unity game. Maybe you'll have some more respect for me. Maybe not. Okay, I don't think there's a way to use Photon on Godot Engine though. There is, but I wouldn't use Photon. I would use their native multiplayer. Actually, Godot has a great multiplayer engine. I wish I could support you more. Hey man, just by being on the stream is like a huge support. So thank you so much for like watching and being part of this. When I said what about Switch, I meant you releasing the game Switch. Oh, sorry. I have no. It all depends on how much money. It's $800 to release a game on the Switch, or at least to get like a developer Switch. So we need to raise up some money, boys. Maybe we'll do a Kickstarter. Maybe we'll do something. Who knows? Hey, Bread. Bread is shout out to Bread. He's our like production manager at Fearth. We actually sell board games as well. I haven't talked about them yet. We will. We made 2 different games. One's called The Keep. It's like a roguelike board game. It's fantastic. It honestly is my favorite board game. And I know that sounds terrible because I made it, but so Brad he actually helped make that and release it. And then we have a game called Gnomes, which is like D&D, like role-playing game, but with snowy gnomes. So he's our main man with that. So everyone, put your F's in the chat for Brad. Hey, almost not. What's up? You've inspired me to start my own game. Hey, do it. And if you ever have questions, guys, feel free to reach out to me on Discord. If you want to send me screenshots, go ahead, or put them in the art section in Discord. I check it every day. Even if I don't reply, I check it. Just taking a break from work, checking in on the boy. Hey, the boy's doing well. I saw Bubble Ducky in the background of one of the videos. Yes, it was. It's like Super Monkey Ball, but better. I don't know about that, but it's a fun game. Would you recommend branching out and trying different engines? Yeah, I think if you only use one engine, you don't get to see the benefits of all of them. And I've used Unreal, Godot, Unity, Construct, Bitsy, Pico 8, GameMaker Studio, and I've used like libraries for libtcod library and C++ for what is that called? For making roguelikes. So I've tried a lot of different things. So definitely, you should do pixel art tutorials. Okay. If I could do a pixel art tutorial right now, everyone, if I could do it, what would you want to see? Will you want to learn shading? Do you want to learn character design? What specifically in pixel art? Because maybe I'll do it right now. I'll show you guys something. Sold the board games and F. No, I'm just kidding. Praise Bread. Yes. How you, Goodgis? I'm doing fantastic. Hey, thanks so much for joining the jam. It's cool to see everyone. The last I checked, I had 5 people, and then I checked it again, and we're at 50. So I'm really excited to play every one of your games. Make sure you submit. I don't care if it's Santa holding a glass of milk and you click it and he laughs. All right, submit your games. Push yourself out of your comfort zone to release a game. It's fantastic. Have you tried Phaser, JavaScript? I'm not the biggest JavaScript guy. Floof is more of that. We kind of go back and forth. I use lower level languages unless I'm using, like, if I'm going to not use a game engine, I'll use C++. Character design. The one uses JavaScript and shading, shading, character design, animation, picking colors, and shading, mostly shading. Goodgis. Okay. Do pixel art, character design tutorial. I suck at designing, shading. Okay, let's do a little. We'll get into something. I'm gonna create a new artboard here. So color is hard. Like, don't feel bad about being bad at color. Like, it is hard. It's something that it's taken me a while to figure out. The beautiful thing is, like, there's a lot, like, I know, like, Vimlark and a lot of those guys recommend going to LostSpec, I think is the site. Get a palette off of there. Actually, let's do it. I'm gonna grab a palette real quick from LostSpec. LostSpec. Here we go. I'll grab a palette and then I'll try to teach something. Oh, they have an Earthbound palette? That's cool. Sorry, I know you guys can't see this, but give me a second. Palette. Okay, I'll grab Pair 32. No, we've used Pair 32 a little bit too much. Okay, let's do this. Let's grab this boy right here. Can I just copy? Save image. Hold on. You can import the palette and pixel by just going to... I don't think you can see the little drop-down menus. I apologize. Import from image. Hold on. Just pretend that right now I'm doing something. That's in my desktop. Let's put it in balance. Sorry. Hey, okay. So if you look over here, we have a palette of 3 colors, or 4 colors technically. So we got our dark color, we have our medium dark, we have our regular, and then we have our light. You can't see the light because we need to add a background. Let me make it like a gray just so you can see it for now. And then, so the first thing you need to know about shading is it's not called shading. It's called modeling, like 3D modeling, but it's just called modeling. Don't know why, but that's what they teach us in art school. So it's called modeling because shading means that you're only adding shadow to it. So if you have a ball, for example, and then I want the ball to be lit, and then I add shading, that's adding shadow. But a lot of times when you're working on artwork, you don't just add shadow, you add like light as well. So that's the confusing part about shading. It's technically called modeling. You can still call it shading. It's, if you want to sound kind of cool, a little pretentious, you can call it modeling. So hold on, let me catch up in this real quick. Blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of, this is my first time someone's reads my comments. There's the second time. What is the software? It's called Pixel Edit. Wait, everyone's answered that. I'm sorry, guys. You guys are too fast for me. Like, you're answering the questions faster than I can read them. That's fantastic. There's nothing wrong with it either. Okay, and I'll explain what I'm doing here in a second. And maybe I'll add another color as well. You should do like Vimlark and do some game review streams where people send you their games and you review them. Let's do that. I'm down for it. Hi, Goodgis. Big fan of what you do. Thanks so much. Stefan Kuhn, is that? Did I say it right? Maybe not. But thank you so much. I'm buying your game, The Keep. Oh, you will enjoy it. It's beautiful. I will say, disclaimer. It's only, we can only sell, oh wait, I can't remember, did we change that? I don't know if Brett is still in here, but I think it's only US only right now, just because shipping is ridiculous. Or maybe we did make it universal, I can't remember, maybe. What is this music? It's in the chat, it's in the description. Thanks for inspiring me to GameDev on YouTube. Hey, I'm super happy, I'm trying to encourage you guys, you know, my goal is to inspire you guys and to like push you guys to do everything that you like, expand your brains. All right, right now I have like a little brain, we gotta have the big boy brain. So I'm helping expand the brains, and so that we create an awesome gaming community on here. Okay, what is okay, I already did that, sorry. What OS? This is Linux Manjaro, Arch. I use Arch, by the way. I'm using i3. Okay, nice. Fast boys, speed. You're creating a ball, and it looks amazing. I created a ball, and okay, I'm back and brought pancakes. Nice. I'm doing a little art tutorial, though I'm not succeeding right now. Okay, so as you see, we have a ball, and I did not explain anything I just did, so I apologize. So you lay down your medium color first, and this is just like, you don't have to do it this way, this is just one way to kind of look at it. So I'm laying down my like medium color, it's kind of my standard color here, and then you have to think about where your light source is coming from. So in this example, the light source is coming from the top left, and you can, oh, that's a terrible arrow, but you can see what I'm saying. Like the highlight is right here, and then the shadow is right here. And technically, if you want to get really technical, normally the deepest part of the shadow is like right here. Now let me use a different color so you guys can see. The deepest part of the shadow is right here. And so generally when you do shading, this could even be lighter. I know it looks weird, but maybe you'd want to use like a different shade or something. Actually, what we could do is we could go darker here. We could pick this color and go like a little bit darker here, or whatever, something like that. You could add like, I don't know, something like that. I generally don't do that because it is hard to do in pixel art, but anyway, I'm getting distracted. So our light source is coming from, you have to think, where do you want your light source? Do you want your light source from below? Do you want it to be illuminated from below? Do you want it from above? Like, is the lighting up top? Is it below? Generally, most things in art, like in Pixar, are done from the top right. And so that's why I add this little highlight. It's a little shine, all right? Boom. Next, what we do, so if you think of our circle here, we have our big old circle. It's an ugly one, but it's intentional. And then if you have to think about it. See how this is like a little circle? And let's put this here. You have to think of the shading or the modeling here as another circle around that white circle. See how it's around it? And then we fill this part in, and then there should be like a little bit like that. I know that looks absolutely garbage, but the principle I'm trying to explain here is that when you make your shading, view it like this, where you have, we'll do it this way. We have a circle, and then you do another circle around it, like that, and then you do another circle around it, let's get it, we gotta get it perfect, like that, and then all you're doing is then you're cropping it. See, so this is being cropped, instead of it being center, this is terrible, this artboard is garbage, sorry. You're cropping it where you, and then you're doing something like that. Now, obviously that's not exactly what it looks like, but that's, the principle's kind of there, where you have to think about like where your highlight is. And then generally you see more of the top of the surface here. So we do that, a little bit of that. And you just kind of push it back a little bit. You don't need so much on the top. This needs to be moved up, I'm sorry. And so your heaviest shadow parts are going to be on the left bottom side, because that's the lighting's on the opposite side. And I like to put like a few little spots up here. And so that's one way of doing shading. A little another way to kind of add a little bit of flair to your shading, and I do this for some stuff, is color outside the lines. Like, you don't have to use lines. I like to do them, but sometimes in your darker areas, I like to color outside, and or maybe don't, like you like kind of fill in the lines over here, so it kind of cuts it out. I think Pokemon kind of does that, adds a little bit more depth. So that's like shading in a nutshell. You can also do like cross hatching. This is common. You'll see this in Pokemon, where they just add kind of like, they gradually have the color like blend into the other color, and then we could do that for this, like that or something. You know, it's weird, different style definitely. So you just have to figure out what your style is. I generally like to go with these thicker outline things. I don't have any other artwork I could pull up this second because I'm in Manjaro, not Windows, but that's just like general shading advice. With character designs, it is harder. It's one of those things, like I actually took, Bonzo and I took light, wait, top left light source? Is Goodgis playing Linux Master Quest? Yeah, sorry, maybe I said some stuff wrong. Everyone is silent when Master is teaching. Okay. That's good, so he does not stop for reading messages. Yeah, they're absorbing knowledge. After this tutorial, the chat's probably gonna fill with questions. Draw on the art layer. Yeah, I know, guys, I'm terrible. I was drawing on the background layer. It is, you're correct. It's not called cross-hatching, it's called dithering. Thank you. So this is dithering. this is modeling. You guys are gonna be. I'm not gonna spell this out. I was gonna spell it out. So, oh gosh, what else can I show? I guess I could show like different shading for different objects. Like if we make a box, we will just probably add this. Actually, what we'll do is we'll probably add a highlight there, or maybe I'll add a shadow. I don't know. Depends on. Remember, it all depends on where your light sources come from. If your light sources come from the top here, then this should probably be more like that, you know, with the perspective of the box. But that kind of looks weird. It looks like a gradual change. So you could even do it like. Sometimes you get a highlight on the lip of an object. So you could do that. Kind of looks like a box. Then to make it cuter, we can add a little face. There you go. Beautiful. Let's here. And I'm not like in love with the lighting on this, so we could even play around with that. So here we go. Happy man. So let's say we want to change out these colors here, where the dark part's on top, and that's maybe this color's just too dark. Maybe that's what it is. And then what we could do is add like this in the corners, add a little bit of depth. If you want an object to look rounder, like see how it's like jagged, you could just add like one darker pixel in the corner, and it makes the edges feel a little bit more rounded. Can you do character design next? Do some modeling at the same time. Gotta step out. Walk the marine. Hey, dude. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, so Happy Man. Characters are. It depends on how detailed you want to go. So, if you guys struggle making like humans, then don't make humans. You'll notice that Wizbirds and a lot of the games I make have like weird animal characters. It's easier to come up with your own character than it is to try to study anatomy and understand the science of. You could totally do that, like, but when you actually want to do like proper anatomy, Bonzo will know this, that there's actual measurements, proper measurements that you have to do from the nose to the ears and all that stuff. It's crazy. You guys don't need to worry about that. Make something simple. Don't make, if you want to make a guy, start with a ball, actually, depending on the art style. So like Dewdrop, what I like to do is I'll have a dark background. My art layer is going to be my background layer. This is going to be dumb. Let's change this. Hold on. I forgot how to spell. Also, naming layers is important. Just a rule of thumb there. Hold on. All the clicking. Okay. So when I'm doing stuff for Dewdrop, you'll notice that I have a black background, and then I just kind of scribble. And sometimes it's nice to just like get a feel for what you're trying to make. Like, okay, what's this looking like? Okay, we got it's almost like you're sculpting, And so you look, you're like, let's bring this out. Let's do that. That's kind of weird. Maybe that's too close. Is it like a seahorse guy? What am I trying to make here? And you kind of play around with like what makes sense. For Dewdrop, my only rule is that I can have multiple colors. They just can't be touching. So I could have this dark blue part on my guy here, but it can't be touching against it. There has to be a black line in between it. I break it in some places, so it's not a perfect rule, but generally, if you want to stay consistent with your artwork, you got to set up some parameters, like set up a color that you want to use, a color palette. Set up like, hey, what are your rules? Like, is the character going to get an outline? Is he not going to get an outline? So like, let's look at Poe. If we take him, I want to add shading. Someone actually mentioned that. Actually, hold on. Let me see. I actually have a version of Poe that's shaded. I just have no idea where he's at. Oh, I would love to. I'd love to be able to find this. Hold on. Give me a second. Look at the rat bounce. Look at the rat bounce. And also, feel free to ask any questions now while I'm looking for this. And I'm sure Bonzo can answer some of your questions too. He may act shy, but he knows a lot more than I do when it comes to artwork stuff. So he's pretty good. He's a true master. Actually, he has a more technical understanding. He's always like, how did you do that? Because I'm not doing it the proper way. Let's just put it that way. Okay. Unfortunately, I don't have... Wait. I do. Hold on, guys. I'm going to sneak into a project real quick so you don't know what's happening. Okay, let's see. Any questions? I want to make a character similar to your Dewdrop Dynasty character that I can make my own and customize. I mean, the goal is just play around with, find a bunch of styles. One thing I always do, if you want to make a game in a certain type of pixel art style, like say it's like a Super Nintendo, or maybe it's a cave story, or maybe it's like, I don't know, like just find a game and then try to copy that style, but make your own character in it. It's really easy to. Also, if you look at a bunch of reference, it's a lot harder to then just plagiarize someone. So I always look at like 10 different games or like 5 different games, look at their artwork, what they're doing, and that way you come up with kind of a unique project or kind of unique artwork. Because instead of just looking at one source and recreating it, you're looking at 10. And they say that there's nothing new under the sun. So like, you're not gonna, chances are you're really not gonna make something brand new. Something always is gonna be a reference to something else. So get inspiration, steal from people, but steal from a bunch of people, not just one person. Stealing from one person is called plagiarism. Stealing from a bunch of people is called art. There you go. Okay, so let me grab this version of Poe. I don't know if it's gonna work. It may not. Let's see. Sometimes Construct and Pixel don't play nice. And in this case, I don't think they did. Hold on. Okay, it's not playing nice. Can I save this out? Save to documents. Yes, perfect. Show in folder. Welcome to file management with Goodgis. Okay, hold on. I'm opening GIMP like a pro. Okay. Why? Why do you hate me? Okay, hold on. We got this. Where did I save it at? That should be in here. I'm struggling. Import from image. Here we go. Hey! All right, we got it. Let's go back to where we were. Wait. Let me copy you. Oh my goodness. There we go. Okay, you could tell he's a little bit big. Wait, what? Because he got scaled up, because I have to scale up and construct. But if we just copy Poe, old Poe versus new Poe, you can see how I added shading. So in these areas where the bee has stripes, I added a little bit of detail here. But I decided for this version, I wanted to have black stripes, so I just decided to kind of erase that shading there. You can see there's shading on his eyes. Right here, you normally have a dip where your eye sockets are at and stuff. So I add some shading in between his eyes. That's an easy way to kind of add some character. Like, take this guy for instance. If we want to give him a little shading, we could just add like some stuff in between his eyes right there, and then like a few on the corners here. And look at him. He looks 10 times more friendly. You know, I just want to hang out with this little flower guy. So that's an easy way to kind of add some depth to a character. It's just adding shading between the eyes, or modeling. My gosh, I'm not even saying it properly anymore now. That's okay. Okay, so let me catch up on some stuff real quick. What time is it? It's Aaron. Okay, we'll go for a little bit longer here. That looks sick. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Thank you so much for that. Unity does not come with one as far as I know. A seahorse. Yeah, see, I don't use Visual Studio because I'm on Linux, and I have to use Visual Studio Code, and I just might as well not even use it at all. I might as well use like Genie or something, or Atom. Will I go into character animation? Probably not this stream. I can't. Eventually, we could talk about walk cycles with characters, and I talked about squash and stretch earlier. That's what's going on with Baxton here. Baxton the rat. So you see when he crouches down, he gets wider. I actually stretched him out. And then, so think of that. When a character is moving, they get, like, if they're jumping up, they actually get skinnier and they get longer. That doesn't actually happen in real life, but it looks like it to our eyes. So you'll see that Baxton gets really skinny. And then when he stops moving, he gets flat. Now this isn't the perfect animation to show, but it just adds a little bit of squash and stretch, which gives the character a little bit more depth. My style is one you have in Dewdrop. If it's my style, look at Kuro Blaster. This guy that made Cave Story. That's a good style to reference. Shovel Knight. Yes, I steal from you, and Shovel Knight, and Cave Story, and Undertale. Perfect. Those are all very different art styles. If your PC is garbage, I recommend Visual Studio Code. Yeah, Visual Studio is so bloated. I use Vim. No, I do use Vim, and if you guys don't know what Vim is, look it up. VIM right now. It's a text editor in Terminal. It's crazy. Okay. Do you have any free pixel art editor recommendations? MS Paint. That's why I did pixel art for years. And I would just save up the $10 to get Pixel. Like, it really isn't. Maybe I'll do a giveaway sometime. Maybe I'll give away some copies of Pixel for you guys, because it's a great software. Sprite's fantastic too. It's just, you've got to pick your poison. Pick which one you like better. I personally like how animation works in Pixel Edit better than Sprite. But maybe I'll give away some stuff. B movie? Yes, the better B movie. Hey, no problem. Welcome, CSMN, or CS Man? Is that what it is? I'm curious. It's so weird. How do you pronounce your guys' usernames? Video Studio has weird formatting. Video Studio is bloat. You should make real pixel art tutorials. Yeah, I think if I actually had an idea of what I was talking about, it would be a little bit more clear and concise. I tend to ramble when I'm like talking in front of 34 people, and with no preparation. Hey, MS Paint, don't knock it till you fry it, man. I used MS Paint for Fantasy World, and I think part of Whizbirds or something. I think after Fantasy World we phased into Pixel Edit. Have you tried Graphics Gale? No. I've heard that. Hold on, I'll look it up. Unless this is a joke. Unless you're joking me out. No, I'm kidding. Whoa, actually I've used Graphicscale in the past. Whoa. Is it free? It looks like it. Yeah, try Graphicscale. It's a little old school, but it's kind of got those retro vibes to it. It looks like Papa is still streaming. Papa? Interesting. Papa Goodgis? Is it Tobias Zilvar or something? You said try to pronounce my name. Alright, GG boys. See you at the jam. Hey, can't wait to see you guys at the jam. Major in the jam if I get an idea, but I have to think of one. Oh, dude, you have plenty of ideas. Alright. Here, we'll help you figure out right now on the stream. What sort of genre do you want to make? What sort of genre have you not tackled that you want to? Anyone that wants a game jam idea, raise your hand, say it in the chat, and we're gonna spend the last 10 or 15 minutes of the stream, or maybe I'll stream to 2. I don't know. We'll see how I'm feeling. put in the chat if you need help with a game jam idea. I will help you come up with an idea right now. We'll do it live. You have an idea, but you don't want to say it? Why? You don't want someone to steal it? I know it's hard because you don't want people to like plagiarize you or whatever, take from you, but hey, I'm working on a game and you guys are seeing everything I'm doing, so. My username is without vowels. Oh, so you're, wow, my cousin, wow, my name is spelled Cosmin. What resolution is Poe the Bee? He's 8x8. It's actually, technically, it's an 8x8 grid tile set, but technically he's smaller. For the jam, I have no, okay, give me an idea. I need lots of help. Okay. Hey man, each lunch. I'm assuming he's saying eating lunch. Thanks for hopping by. Thanks for chatting. And I'm excited for your games on the stream. Domino dude, go eat some Dominoes. Finbob Yeet Eggs. Tell me what genre you want to tackle. Multiplayer snowball game where you play as a snowman. Rix, what do you mean by multiplayer? Do you mean like local multiplayer, or do you mean like MMO online networking multiplayer? What's the best pixel art program? The one that you like. That's all it comes down to. I use paint.net, that's free. The creator of Stardew Valley uses paint.net. MS Paint, you can use Sprite, you can use Pixel. Pixel Edit's my favorite. But seriously, there is no one. Like if you gave a master artist crayons, he'd make a beautiful picture out of it. So they're really, when it comes down to tools, there are some things that are nice, but really it's what works best for you. And if anyone tries to tell you otherwise, they're just trying to get your money. Never made a game before, so probably just make Pong. If you've never made a game before, but you want to add some like story and depth to it, oh gosh, I know Japanese, but it's weird reading it like Tokan Kamun. I recommend you make a top-down maze game. It's really easy to make, and it's a fun way you can add like different traps and stuff in the maze. And it's pretty easy for the most part to do it. And it's also fun because you get to work on level design. So make like a snowman maze game. Okay, I have to learn Goodgis multiplayer API though. I recommend you don't do anything like online multiplayer. Because, I mean, you're right. The point is in the game jam is to learn new stuff. That's definitely true. But I'd also try to be realistic with how much you can get done in a short period of time. And remember, keep your games smaller. Think about something. How quickly can you make a game? If you can make it in a week, then it'll probably take you a month. If you can make it in 2 or 3 days, it'll probably take you a week. So just keep the scope small, because Fantasy World, figuring out all that stuff took me over a month, and I still didn't have basic stuff. So, but power to you if that's what you want to do. I spent too much time just making tile sets. Do you do more artwork then? Okay. That's okay. Sad that you're ending. Platformer. Okay, if you want to do a platformer, then think about your theme. Do you want to be Snowman's an easy theme? What if it's a dude that you have to get home because it's getting dark out or it's getting cold? Maybe that's what it is. You're literally freezing, so you got to get back inside, get some hot cocoa, and your goal is just to quickly clear the level as fast as you can before you freeze, and you got to make it back to the house. That's an idea. Pretty easy. What about a top-down platformer? You can do that, Brad. I don't know if you were like making that as a joke, but like Link's Awakening is a prime example of like a top-down platformer. Maybe online or local, but I think online may be too much. But I'll also try to add bots. I think local you should do local and just make it like share a keyboard game if you're gonna do that, because AI is hard. The best type of AI is the dumb AI. Like, make it as easy as possible. What do you mean by a maze game? A maze game is just a game where it's top-down perspective. You move up, down, left, to right. Think of Pokemon, like 2D Pokemon, but all you do in the game is you're in a maze and you like move around and you're trying to escape the maze. You could have like enemies that move back and forth, spikes. Maybe there's a key to unlock a door, but it's as simple and as crazy as you want. Like, my elf game technically was a maze game because it was top-down. If you saw that video. Okay, you need a game jam idea. So Arcane, what genre do you want to tackle? What's a genre that you have not? What's a genre that you want to try or you're interested in, and then we'll help reel it in. When is the jam? It starts December 1st and ends the 21st of December. It ends the first day of winter. That gave me a great idea. Good. I was working on a project with someone, but then the person who was supposed to code the game quit without making anything at all. Sad times. Yeah, that's the hard part with working on projects. Is it's easy for someone to drop it. Hey, I say heck 'em and make it. Use Constructor, use something, and try to make it. The only I've ever made was just like a ton of raycasted text werewolves. Yeah. Don't do that. Don't do. Like, the best AI in a game is stupid simple. Patch Quest, he's a YouTuber, does fantastic videos. He has a really good video on AI and how just keep it simple. His is kind of actually not simple. It is simple, but it's not. Like don't make enemies that have like weird collision detection. Just make them go through the wall, or make them only move in a certain pattern. Just keep them really simple, and they'll be fun. Does anyone know how to make 16 by 16 hat? Look up pixel art hats and then make a 16 by 16 grid, and then just fit it in the grid. Glad I tuned in for the stream. Got 1,000 game jam ideas. Good. I'm glad. I'm really excited, guys. I'm thinking about doing some 3D for this. I'm gonna try my hand at 3D modeling. I have done some modeling before, but I'm a little nervous. I will say I'm a little nervous about doing some 3D stuff. I haven't decided quite what the game is going to be. Maybe it's going to be like a 2.5D side scroller. Maybe it's going to be like kind of like Klonoa. Maybe it won't. Maybe it'll be like some crazy platforming stupid game. But whatever it is, it's going to be pretty. Like, I got to keep it pretty simple. But I'm really excited. I'm excited for the jam. It's weird to think that this year's the first year that I've ever done jams, and I've done like 3. So I think game jams are a great way to really like connect with people, submit stuff, and also people play your games. Like, it's fun. It's fun when people actually like get to experience your games, and you're like, whoa, what's this? And like, it really does add quite a bit to the. It's hard when you make a game and then no one plays it, but at a jam you have that opportunity of someone actually being able to see it. Okay, so we're getting close to the end of the stream. We got 15 minutes. I'll end it at 2. It's 2 technically, 2 p.m. So we got 16 minutes technically. So if you have any last questions, the next 15 minutes I will just be answering questions. It could be any questions. What color are my eyes? I'm kidding. I mean, if you really want to know that, I'll tell you, but... Oops, don't do that. Ignore this. This definitely has nothing to do with the game, and I'm definitely not trying to sneak stuff in front of you guys. Okay, so we're gonna... hold on, let's get some dancing on the screen. Yeah, I just like him dancing to the music, and I'm just gonna answer questions this last 15 minutes. Perfect. All right. Here we go. Hey, Goodgis just got out of the gym. This was a nice surprise. Hey, welcome to the stream. It's good to see ya. It's going well. Make sure to check out this stream and go back and watch in the beginning because I showed some footage of Dewdrop. I showed some gameplay. So if you guys want to get a sneak peek before the new devlog next week, then definitely go back and watch that. But I did a little pixel art tutorial. It was kind of bad. I didn't really explain a whole lot, and then I've just been hanging out with everyone, so it just keeps looping. Good. I click download. It says go to the website or download, and it's infinite loop. How much have you missed so far? Well, I just summarized it. How many characters have I done? How many characters as in for this game or just in general? Underwater level? I totally did not think about underwater level, but that's a great idea. I'm gonna kind of yoink that one. What is better to make, a beginner 3D game or a beginner 2D game? 2D game for sure. 3D game has it's a whole new can of worms when you do that. 2D games are really easy to make now. Hi, I'm late, but I'm certainly catch up to this point later. By the way, that pink is on fleek. Thank you. Are you talking about the rat, or I don't know what you're talking about, but thank you. How long have you been working on Dewdrop? This version of Dewdrop, I've only been working on, oh gosh, I want to say 2 or 3 months. But Dewdrop as a project in general, it's been about a year. Don't try 3D games. Yeah, 3D games are. You could, if you had the motivation. If you don't know anything about game making, you're gonna maybe get discouraged more easily doing a 3D game. I don't like to say don't do something because we're all individuals. We have free will. Do what works best. But doing something that is a lot harder. It's like making your first game is like your first game ever is networking, like MMO. You could definitely do it, but you have to have the patience to push through stuff when it's like really hard and your brain just it's like, what am I doing? Any tips for keeping motivation going? Bit of a heavy question. That's definitely a hard question. I think motivation is like what happens is I call it, and if you've seen some of my videos in the past, you'll know I talk about the infatuation period of a project, where you're just in love with it. You're like, it's like a girl or something. I don't know. Like it's like, this game is so cute and I love it, and you're infatuated with it. And then it gets hard. Then you have days where you feel like you're not very productive, or you don't know what to do, and you're just like, what is happening? And so you lose that infatuation. And so the problem is we associate those emotions with being motivated. And being motivated just means that, hey, like there's days I wake up, I'm like, I don't want to work in Dewdrop. I don't want to work in Dewdrop. And then I get on the computer and I work on it. And it's hard. But if you just think about like, if you have people that keep you accountable, like you guys keep me accountable, I have to finish this game so you guys can play it. So having people keep you accountable and just don't give up, man. Like that's the main thing. Like finish a game. It feels so good. It's hard. I've only finished probably a handful of games in my life, and I regret it. I wish I finished more. So don't give up. And always, if you're struggling, make sure go join our Discord if you're not already on there, and just ask people for help. That's a great question. I'm so glad I missed the stream. I'm so glad you didn't either. And jump to 3D. Yeah, Brendan's right. Jumping to 3D after you learn 2D isn't bad. It's just when it's a little tricky, but it's like doable. It's a lot easier. Appreciate all you do, Goodgis. I've been playing around in Construct for months now without the motivation to actually make something. But thanks to your video and Wizwords, I decided to just do it. I'm glad I'm the Shia LaBeouf. Just do it. That's awesome. I'm really excited to see what you guys come up with. It makes more sense once you make games, 3D, blah blah blah. I say blah 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 like there's nothing important. All these messages are very important. I just haven't read them over again. I found the download. Okay. Why did you choose this specific name? Do you have anything important story-wise? It does. It definitely does. That's a great question, and you'll have to play the game to find out. Also, it just sounds awesome. The greatest motivation comes from passion. Yeah, like that's a great way to look at it. Sometimes, but you have to remember, like, I always bring this up, and like I said, it feels weird like talking like, oh, I'm so professional. But as my career as a designer, I make logos, I make illustrations, I do icons, I do all sorts of stuff. And some days you just don't feel inspired to make something, and you have to. You have a boss that's like, hey, when's this thing done? And you have to realize, like, hey, I don't need to feel like super motivated to work on something. You just have to be like, you know what? I gotta get this done. It's like anything. Like, it's like walking the dog or taking out the trash. It's gotta get done at some point, whether you feel like it or not. Cool tip to make characters is draw a pencil without an eraser. That's actually a really interesting idea. A cool way, if you want to, someone said something about character design. If your character's silhouette looks really good, then generally your character will be interesting. So that's another tip as well. I think structuring both types of games, 2D and 3D, bring their own challenges. I feel like knowing how to implement systems on a great learning scale is tough. Any advice? Yeah, that's something I'm kind of dealing with now. Like with Godot, there's a lot of, you can make, I feel like games get messy quickly, and you kind of redo work when you shouldn't have to. My best advice is to make functions, make things that you can reuse, make classes, make systems that you can easily reuse. Try not to make something that only has one purpose to it. I struggle with that, but even with the cutscenes I've been doing with Dewdrop, I've been trying to make it so that I can use the same object and just import different data. And that way it's not making like 20 different objects. But yeah, just keeping things organized. I think that also keeps you motivated too. If you have a giant, massive project file and there's a bajillion different names and stuff, it's really discouraging. How much will Dewdrop cost? Probably like $2 or $3. It'll be pretty cheap. If it's more, then that's just because of taxes or whatever. I don't know. My plan is for the game to be like 30 minutes. It's going to be relatively short, but it's going to have a lot of replay value to it. And like I said, the only reason I put a price tag on it is so that we can port it onto the Switch or onto other consoles. I think that'd be awesome, and you can't do that without money. And I don't have I wish I did, but I don't have $800 lying around to get it. Visual Studio's not working. I hate my life. I need to call the therapist. Yeah, that's my life too. That's why I don't use it. Yeah, Brad knows the icons. He's in the same boat. My job is I'm a graphic designer for a Fortune 50, Fortune 100 company, one of the two. I don't want to say it, but Brad and I, we work close. We actually work the same job. So. Any regrets? Oh my goodness. Regrets. Any regrets along the way? My regrets are that I did not finish. I started too many projects without finishing them. I mean, partially I don't. It's hard to say because I don't necessarily regret that because I did learn quite a bit. I think my biggest thing is probably it was giving up too easily though, or getting discouraged. It's really easy to oh, you feel great about yourself and everything's going well, and then you get a stupid comment about oh, this looks so bad, and then it's not even constructive criticism, it's just someone just criticizing you. And then you think of that, and then you're like, oh man, why does that person not love me? That's the stuff that I regret allowing those opinions affect my life too much. And here's what I say, man: don't listen to the negativity. Life is good, and just do the best that you can. Thanks for the feedback. Trying to add updates to the game is interesting after just diving in. I'm not spending my whole time redoing everything. Yeah, it's weird revisiting projects that you haven't touched in a while because it's it can be overwhelming sometimes, a little daunting. I generally, when I stop working on a project, I don't pick it up again because it's just too overwhelming. I know that's bad. That's not a good habit. I did pick up Whizbirds multiple times, and Dewdrop I have, but make it. In school we were always taught hey, make your game, or it wasn't a game. Make make your files always clear and clean. That way if someone else needs to use them, that they understand what they're doing. And it's good for you in the future because then you can, like, in the future, if you're looking back in a file, you can see clear organization. Brad knows all about clear organization. He's like fantastic at it. Did you go to school for graphics illustration? I went for graphic design, and for those who don't know what that is, it's literally like, if you ever see a company and you see like their logo, maybe icons, maybe you get a flyer in the mail, signage, pretty much anything with type on it or illustration, like ads on YouTube, anything that's not animated I work on. I have worked on some animations, but yeah, so like it could be anything. I've worked on flyers for things, I've worked on illustrations for websites, I've worked on illustrations for mobile apps, I've worked on stuff for like sport, like TV commercials and stuff like that. I've like helped create artwork for it. So it just like, it's basically making artwork for business purposes, commercial purposes. So yeah, I like, that's the best way I guess I describe it. Do you wish that game development were your primary job? I think that'd be awesome. I definitely, that's the goal eventually, is to do that, is full-time game dev. My goal is also I want to become a producer. I want to help produce other people's indie games, help them get out there as well. So I definitely want to do that. I use Adam for code instead. Hey, Adam's pretty good. Planning on starting a YouTube channel of game dev. That's sweet. Any tips? I would say quantity over quality, quality over quantity with your videos. If you're editing and stuff, like really take the time to invest in a video. I watch my videos over and over again, and if I get bored, then I keep working on them, because you want to make your video interesting. It's hard to make someone interested in something you're working on. So I try to do my best to make it really fun for you guys to enjoy and that you're learning something. And also just like, I don't know, just go after it, man. Do it. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Either way, it's gonna be a great experience. I didn't expect this amount of growth for this channel at all. I'm sorry, I'm totally blanking. Like, what are we at? Like 1.6 K subscribers? It's nutty. It's ridiculous. I can't wrap my head around it. I am a beginner animator. My channel has some animation on it. Please don't check it. It's very bad. Okay. Hey, that's fine, man. Hey, we all start somewhere. I was terrible when I first started. Do you think college is a good investment for someone who wants to be a game dev? I can't really speak to that because I didn't go to school I went into school with the intent of being a graphic designer, and I did game dev as a hobby. I do think it's important to have a career while you're doing game dev, because it's really hard to just make money right off the bat. So what I would recommend is having something you're passionate about, and then find a career that you're passionate about, and then do game dev on the side, and then eventually, if that becomes your full-time job, that's fantastic. If not, then it could just be like an awesome hobby. That's how I've treated it. Like I said, our graphic design skills have definitely like the Fear team, like, it's funny because half the Fear team are like graphic designers, but that's definitely helped us with our branding, our animations, all this stuff, presentation. It's helped our game dev so much. But you don't always have to go to college for that. And definitely don't go to college if you're not don't waste the money if you're just going to if you're not sure what you want to do and you want to get I don't know, a really generic degree that isn't going to help you get a job. There's a lot of people that unfortunately get really strange degrees. Get something go into tech, if you want to improve your programming, go into tech. If you want to be an artist, go be a graphic designer. You'll make more money as a graphic designer than you will as a fine artist, unfortunately. It's a sad industry, but yeah, that's my best advice. But if you have no idea, don't force it. Don't go into debt just for something that you have no idea. That's no good. Debt is bad. Do you enjoy having a fast-growing community? Yeah, it's fantastic. It's so weird. I get to meet new people all the time, and if I'm trying to keep up with all the new people and learn everyone, like get to know everyone. So if I remember most of you guys, so it's cool. It's always exciting to chat with you guys. I think it's just really surreal is the best way to describe it. But I'm super grateful. 1.63K subs. Dang. I didn't even know that. Tips on recording for devlogs. Do you record it all when you write the script? So I'm kind of weird because some people record while they're working on their games. I don't. It's very distracting. I'd rather work on my game and record later. So I kind of write a script. I've been doing it more. Normally what I do is I write. Normally what I do is I do write. I write an outline. And with my first couple videos, I didn't do this at all. It's all ad lib. It's just like I'm literally saying things as they come to my head. I write an outline of kind of what I want to talk about, and then I kind of practice. Like I'll practice in the shower or something. I'll just practice in my head, and then. But if you don't want to do that, that's really like not for everyone. Just write a script. I just like it. It sounds a little bit more natural when I'm not reading a script. And then after that, I record footage. A lot of times I'll record the footage as I'm editing the video. So that's why editing takes a little bit, because I'm like, okay, I'm listening to the audio and I'm talking about this. I'm like, oh, I don't have any footage for that. So that's that. I'm still not regretting to get my Google Meet for this. Was that Google Meet for school? Hopefully not. Hey, take care, Griffin. What is a good editing program for videos? I use Adobe Premiere. If you don't want to spend money and you want to have great industry software, get DaVinci Resolve. It's free, it's fantastic, it's industry standard, and it costs no money. Where can you go wrong with that? Rip. Sorry. All right, guys. Any last questions? Here we go. You just do the work later. Yeah, I did that. I actually my last 2 years of high school, I did online schooling, and I never went to any of my classes. But I did all my work, and I got it done. Because you had a lesson to read anyway. But don't take that advice from me. Guys, do your school is important. It doesn't seem like it. When I was a kid, I was like, school's dumb. It is so important. You'll regret it. You'll graduate. You'll be like, why didn't I learn more? It doesn't mean it's cool. Like, doesn't mean like there's some really dumb stuff you learn in school. I'll give you that. But be cool and stay in school. I'll wait until your next video. Hey man, I'm excited to work in the next video. It's gonna be a lot of work, but it's always awesome, like posting a new video and seeing your guys' reactions. It's like one of the highlights of my week. Ever feel like making videos distracts you from making games? Oh, definitely. There's more balance of breaks and doing something else creative for a change. So it is part of that. It is nice to edit videos and get away from game making, because you can get burnout. I do wish there was two of me. Bonzo always says that there needs to be two Goodgises, one that makes the videos and one that makes the games. But unfortunately, like, I prioritize you guys and the YouTube more than making games, because ultimately, if it takes a little bit for Dewdrop to get released, but it still gets released, that's totally fine. But you guys, I want to make sure I'm always producing content, and you know, like, I want to keep the community going. That's really important. And even if it's not going to, I'm not saying this, but even if Dewdrop took me 10 years to finish, like, that's okay. It would be released. I think community's important, especially during the pandemic when no one's like, you know, you're not around other people that much. It's hard. You love my child voice? I don't know. What was my child voice? I have a bunch of different voices. I have my
really dirty voice, Roger Truman. Hello guys, this is Goodgis here.
I have that voice. How much time does it take to edit a video? About 10 hours. It's a lot. Do you ever do voices in your game? Actually, there's been some rumors that Dewdrop might have some voice acting. There'll be some voice acting in Dewdrop. I don't know. There may be. All right. We're coming down to the wire. I'm sorry. I need to end it, but I don't want to. I posted a character animation based on the character from the mini tutorial from this stream in the art section on Discord. You can check it out and give me some feedback. I'll do it right now. And after this, any questions, feel free to say them now, because after this, I'm going to hop off. I know I keep saying, I'm threatening it. I just don't want to hop off. But I should, because my face is, like, going numb. Not really. Who's this guy with a Yoda picture on our Discord? Nozzle? Welcome. I'm loving that Yoda art. Wall. Okay, this is great. I love how the wall has like it almost looks like a little kissy face. Wall. Idol. Very nice. I can't show it on stream, but if you're curious what I'm talking about, go in the link below if you guys aren't on our Discord and check it out. Screws down. That voice. When will I be live streaming again? So I want to try to do it. Eventually, I would love to do it once a week. There's no promises on that. I would love to do a video and live stream during the week. Depending on how the video schedule turns out, maybe I will go to bi-weekly videos and then stream the week that I'm not making videos. I haven't decided. I feel like we got a lot of good momentum and energy on YouTube, and I don't want to lose that right now. So we'll see. But I want to stream more. If you guys like the streams, I will continue to stream more. Maybe we can come up with a schedule. But if not, I will have new video out on Wednesday around noonish. It's flexible. It's kind of random when they come out on Wednesdays. But anyway, all right, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up here. Thank you guys so much for being a part of the stream. Like I said, join the Winter Game Jam. It's gonna be a blast. I'm gonna play every single one of your guys' games. It's gonna be huge. Maybe I'll do a video. Maybe you could be on the video. Make sure to, if you're not on our Discord, check it out. I'm pretty sure most of you guys are on there. It's a great way to interact with the community. I know I plug my Twitter all the time. I say some really dumb stuff on Twitter. I actually don't really say anything. I just post other people's artwork. So if you want to see other people's artwork that I like, and if you want to see like little screenshots of the game, make sure to check it out. Thank you guys for watching this rat animation for like an hour. I apologize I didn't do more. I feel really bad about the artwork. I'm getting better. I actually made more art this time, but just shout out to Bonzo for moderating the stream, and for all the other Fear team that stopped in. And yeah, I'm really excited about the Game Jam. I'm excited to stream again, and thanks for letting me be a part of your Friday. And go out if you can. I know there's like some people can't right now, but if you can, go out, take a hike, enjoy nature, be around your family, and just yeah. One final egg of the stream. Okay, hold on. It's become a tradition. I don't know why it's a tradition. I've only done it once. We will end the stream with the egg. I don't know where that meme came from, but there's a lot of eggs. There we go. Ah, beautiful. Delicious egg. And then, see, I'm teaching you the principles. There you go. The yellow's too light. There you go. There's your egg. A golden egg. All right, guys. Have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you guys. I'll see you on the flippity floppity. Adios. Bye.